Hello everybody, Bob, and we're going to make breakfast sausage. This is the Stephen Rinella recipe, a little doctored up, a little enlarged and changed a little bit. It's really wild turkey and domestic turkey also, just kind of bring up the weight of it. And also the domestic turkey, also the dark meat of it adds a little fat to it, so your turkey breast is not so lean. So these are the ingredients we're going to use today, and it's with, of course, the turkey. But we got the Honeycrisp apples, and we got the nice sweet onions, and we got salt, pepper, nutmeg, cinnamon. And my wife convinced me, because last year we forgot something, to make a list, and it's not a bad idea of all your ingredients to make sure, because last year. The last time we did this, we didn't make a checkoff list, and we forgot the apples. And the sausage was still good, but it wasn't as sweet a breakfast sausage, and it was too late, and we were already into it. So it taught us a good lesson. Make a list. Here, I'm going to hold this in front of the camera so you can, his recipe, but you can find it online. All right, and now I'm gonna go get the turkey, the wild turkey. I'm gonna get all the meat out. Here's the wild turkey we'll be cutting up. It just kind of thawed out. Still, some of it is a little bit frosty, so that's a good thing. And here's an important part of what made me really wanted to make the sausage. Wild turkey legs are kind of gamey. They're pretty gamey. And we've tried them in soups and stuff like that, and it's a little strong. But with all these ingredients you get to use your turkey legs, and they have fat in them also, so it adds fat to the turkey breasts, and so the sausage is not so lean. And so that gave us a good use for using the turkey thighs. And it makes a nice coloring in the sausage, so we get to use that. And I got the big turkey to take out. And this is a turkey that a friend of mine at work saved for me. And we're only going to use a half of this turkey. And then the other half goes to a friend of mine that we're going to make sausage. Well, that thing didn't work so good. It's supposed to track me. Anyways, this is a turkey. We're going to cut it in half, use half, and then the other half is going to my friend we're going to be doing sausage with in the next couple days. So this here will be getting the cut. And my last video, we used the Power stuffer. I bought this new stuffer, and I used it on making some sausage. After I did the last video, I bought this because I saw so many people using these things, and they work tremendous. So we're going to incorporate this into the sausage making from now on. We used a 3/4 sausage tube the last time, and this time, this was a problem. This Hakka company that sells this, it's a great price. Something this size usually goes for like $500. I bought this Hakka food processing stuffer, and it was only $230, and it works perfect. And it's like, well, okay, for $230. But the problem is it doesn't come with a 1/2-inch stuffing tube. And I just so happen to have this stuffing tube that works on this one from my Cabela's unit. So if you find that you need a tube, and you decide to buy one of these, and you need a tube, you could probably buy this tube at Cabela's, because I looked a lot, and they're very pricey and very hard to find. And I just happened to stumble onto this. In the 1/2-inch size is what I'm talking about. They're hard to find. I'm sorry. And so I was tickled pink to find this. So, all right, I'm not going to bore you with all the chopping and stuff. I might be doing a little bit, but my wife and I, we have a lot of bacon to cut up into chunks, in small chunks, maybe half by inch, half-inch chunks all the way down. We got to cut all this sausage, get all this meat, get it ready for grinding, and we'll get back to you. It doesn't caramelize the onions, So, all right, we'll get back to you. Okay, so I just put my apples in, my first 2 batches, and I have about this much left, and this much onions left for one more frying pan full. So we'll get these done. And I don't know, what do you think, Janine? About 5 minutes with the apples sauteing?
Let's see what the directions say about
Yeah, well, that's why I got you here, because I need some help.
Add the onions and cook stirring until soft, about 8 minutes, and it hasn't been 8 minutes.
Well, all total.
Then you put the apples in and you cook until soft for another 6 to 8 minutes.
6 minutes each. That's a long time.
6 to 8.
Wow.
Then you put the apples in. And then the onions cook another 6 to 8.
Isn't that a long time to cook onions?
No.
All right, you're the chef. All right, so now most of our onions, and you got to go a little lower. The onions is done, and we're putting on parchment paper so it doesn't freeze to the bottom of the pan when we put it in the chest freezer downstairs. Just kind of spread it out to get it all cold, because you don't want warm stuff anywhere near your meat. So this has to go down and get a nice chill to it, almost to where it's frozen. I would say is a good deal. Here's the second one. There we go. We'll spread that out. So, there. That thing followed me over there, didn't it?
Yes.
That's pretty funny, that thing. It's not like a good gadget to keep you amused. All right. All right, I'm going to take this downstairs, Janine, because that's full enough. You're going to have to get another dish, okay? So here I got my domestic turkey out, and I'm taking the thigh off. And I won't use the drumstick. I only use the thigh part and some of the fat from the domestic turkey. All this is very usable, and it's good fatty meat. So that's what I'm going to do, is use that thigh and the fat from that thigh. And then I'm going to get as much dark meat as I can from the bottom part in here. Then I'll get my breast, and that's going to be all I'm going to put. And I'll have my wife make probably chicken soup, or my wife will probably make chicken soup out of extra pieces. She's always great for doing that. Turkey soup, rather. Thank you, dear. Okay, so everybody knows how to dissect a turkey, pretty much. And then I'll be cutting the rest of that up short. So here I got some of my thigh meat off already, and I got the chunks off. And I like to, on the thigh meat and stuff, I like to leave the skin on. It adds to the flavor. Everybody loves turkey skin, so, and it does add nice fat to the meat, so that's a good deal. So I'm chunking this up, taking off the other part of the wing meat, and then the rest will go to my honey's soup, turkey soup. So that's that. Never the drumstick in the. I wouldn't put a drumstick in anything. Too much cartilage in it. So here I'm boning out the thighs, and when you look at the thigh meat, it's almost like, looks like beef. It's the same color as beef, and you get quite a bit of meat off of a nice thigh. There's 2 thighs meat. That's probably almost 2 pounds. Right there, 1.5 to 2 pounds. It's a shame to just say, oh, I don't like the flavor of that. all the seasoning just gets rid of all the game flavor. You wouldn't know it's the same meat that went in the soup that didn't taste that hot. So here we got our bacon out. All the dark meat's all done on the thighs. Everything's chopped here. Gonna get our bacon out and cut this into small strips, like he says, probably 1/2 inch wide, like Steven Rinella says. And we'll get this all cut up. That makes us be able to get this down in the freezer to get it a little bit more stiffened up again, and get it ready for grinding. So this is my wife. She's doing the peeling. Probably a lot of people haven't seen how cool these things work, but they work pretty cool. And my wife and I were just talking about, between the price of all the apples and the bacon alone was $35 for 5. Let's see, yeah, 5 times 8 is almost 4.5 times $8 for the bacon. But the apple smoked bacon adds such a great flavor to the whole thing. A lot of mine, the onions and sausage. Just the grandkids can't say no to this one. They love this. They'll love it. So we're getting ready to do our grind. What I'm going to do is I have one grinding number 8 grinder at 1/2 inch, which gives me let's see, there's 8 holes I think, or 9. No, 8 holes. And then this one here is close to, I don't know, it has enough holes to get it coarse. I'm not going to count them, probably 30 holes or something like that. I find that the 3/16, I'm not crazy about it. I like chewy, a little bit of chewiness in my sausage. It's your preference. If you want to use a 3/16, fine. But I like to go with the big coarse one first and do one pass. This way it kind of breaks all the meat down. And then I'll put the seasonings all in one bag, shake them all up, and then I'll put them in. I'll show you what I'm doing when I get to that point after it's all ground. But this hole, the 1/2 inch hole one, is to get it busted up just so you can have a good mix and to get it thoroughly mixed in. And then you put everything through, the apples, everything goes through again, and your sausage is ready to pack. Okay, so I got all my stuff out of the freezer. You know, my driver, my grinding driver, and then plate. Real important to have everything nice and cold. Oh, can't forget the blade. We won't be doing much grinding without that blade. There we go. All right. And this here, collar, to hold everything in. And this is all nice and nice cold. And this is a really huge part. You want that collar to stay. The collar, when you drive a lot of meat like this, the collar can actually heat up. So, and heat and meat don't mix until it's time to eat. There we go. Put that collar on there. That'll keep it nice and cold. We're in business. I'm gonna start grinding. Put this in there, like that. Turn it on. There we go. All right. Little room here. Okay. Honey, you thought you might have to help me, huh?
Are you mixing all that together? That's what he did in his video.
I explained it. I'm gonna cut it in 1/2 inch and mix it. Then I'm gonna mix everything together. Then I'm gonna put it through with this size hole, so we get our nice chewy. You know, I believe this is number 8, and it's a 7mm hole, whatever 7mm is. So I'm gonna get to putting this stuff all in there, and I try to mix it up. So there's a little bit of everything in there. A little bit of dark meat, a bit of pork, bacon. I just try to keep it as even as possible as I'm grinding. That's pretty much it. Okay, we got all our seasoning ready to go, and I'm going to put it in the bag. And my lovely wife is going to check off the list to make sure we got it. Now, it said we were supposed to have like 20 tablespoons of brown sugar and 20 tablespoons of salt. I'm a little bit light on the sugar, and I think it's going to be plenty sweet enough. You don't really have to add all that sugar, and there's salt in the bacon, so so I cut back. So I put 15 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I put 15 tablespoons of salt in. And the pepper was about 10 tablespoons of pepper. And the nutmeg, and the pepper's in. The apples are not in. Zest the lemon, Janine. You got to get that zest of lemon going. Yeah, lemon zest. All right, and now I'm putting in the cinnamon. And my wife is going to be doing the zest of lemon. I think 5 zest of lemon is the deal because it's 1 per 2 pounds.
Okay.
So that's not too long of a deal, right, honey? So I put the cinnamon in. That's all set. The zest of lemon needs to go, and the parsley needs to go. So what I thought would be a good idea to get this stuff kind of uniform is blow it in the bag, get some air, and just kind of like mix it all around. This way it kind of gets it all mixed together. And you could do it like in 2 plates. That's what I was thinking, is that I'm going to mix it all together like that, and then I'm going to put it in 2 paper plates and dispense it with the paper plates. And the parsley I'll just throw in by hand. Alright, so I got this all mixed up, and I changed my mind about the paper plates thing. I'm just going to weigh out half and half. And then hopefully that's about 7.5. Because I'm going to half the batches, because it's so much to do in one pan. So I'm going to just kind of do half and half. My wife will mix half, I'll mix half, which I thought that would be great, splitting the manual labor part of it. So that's that. All right, so what I have is two dishes, but I'd say 8 ounces in each dish of seasoning. And then I'll kind of half the parsley, see what that comes out, and re-zero this. Okay, so I got 0.4 ounces of parsley. 0.4 of parsley. 0.7. There we go. So the parsley's half and half, I believe. Let's see what we got here. All right, zeroed out. We got 0.8 and 0.1. So we'll give a little bit over here. There. So that's my wife's half of the seasoning. This is my half of the seasoning. And we're ready to go. I'm going to just split the meat in half. And now we got to go get the apples and whatnot. So see, if we put all those apples in this one tub, all the apples and onions, it would be like everything would be all overflowing. So that's why I just said do it in half. Nothing's overflowing. Everything gets mixed pretty good. So the zest of the lemon we're waiting on. And I gotta go get the apples and the onions. All right, so that list is really helping out. Okay, I'm not gonna make you painstakingly watch me separate that. I gotta get the onion. So can you stop creaking and stuff? All right. You're creaking.
I know, it's your work, your handiwork over here, Bob.
Don't do that. Don't go there. All right, so I just went downstairs and got the apples and a majority of the apples and onions out. I got the lemon zest from my lovely wife. She just got done doing it. I'm gonna sprinkle some of that in there, and I also put half the parsley in. I'm gonna only put about half of the lemon zest. And then I'm gonna do the seasoning. Okay, honey, you got showtime. You gotta come over and get to work mixing. We gotta put you to work mixing. Okay, half the lemon zest is in. Zest the lemon, half. And parsley, half. Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna season my half with half, you know, of the seasoning, or 1/3, probably 1/3 of the seasoning at a time as we're mixing, Janine. I would say that's a fair amount. So there's that. You can put 1/3 in yours. Okay.
Did you put any of this in yet?
No, I didn't put any, so 1/3 of what you have there. So now we should change places for this.
No.
Here we
Why
go.
don't you put it right there?
That's fine. Gets both of us. That's fine. So now we got, Janine's gonna put 1/3 of hers in, and I'm gonna put half of the apples, half of the apples and onions from downstairs that are very cold. They're not frozen. So I'm gonna put half in mine.
Bring up those pans?
No, I didn't, honey. I left the other one down there. Because this was the first one I put in chili. So here's.
Yeah, but we're gonna need it.
You gotta put it in a good, there's so much of it, you don't wanna put it all in one spot, so. We're gonna put that over there for the next round after Janine brings back the other onions. So she's all set, and I'm all set to start mixing. So. There you go, you can put it right on the toaster bed. There. Okay, basically this doesn't have to be time lapse or anything. Okay, so apples are in, right? And onions are in. Oil, bacon's in, turkey legs are in. The pepper's in, salt's in, cinnamon, nutmeg, everything's in. Zest, parsley's in there, zest the lemon's in. That list is all. So this is what it looks like after the first grind. See all the big chunks in there? Now everything's gonna kind of melt together when we do the second grind. That's the plan anyways. So we'll see how that works out. I need my driver. Let's see. Is my driver over there? Or did you wash it off?
What driver?
The sausage.
Oh, that's in here.
Hit it with cold water, please. There we go. Okay, so while my wife's getting my driver ready to go, I'll get this ready to go for its second grind. Thank you, Mike. There. So you can put it right back up there. That's fine. Oh, here, take a look at what it looks like coming out. There. There. See, now that looks like, take a picture of it coming out. That looks like nice chunky sausage meat, just like you would buy in the, you know, the butcher shop, you know. The smaller holes, the 3/16 holes just aren't for me. It's up to anybody else, so. All right, you gotta grind all this. No need to watch grinding. Everybody knows what that is.
That's called block.
Oh. Oh, my wife is gonna cook some. We gotta cook some in our fancy little frying pan, right, honey? The little tester frying pan.
Oh, you're.
So here's Mrs. Gramps. She got it all set to go. She did the first Well, actually, this is the second one, and it's really
We ate
good.
the first.
We ate the
Didn't
first
last
one.
long.
Didn't last, so we had to do it over again. So let's see what we got here. This looks. Oh man. Sorry, my hands are not very clean. I should have thought about that, but. All right. Let's see how that's going, honey. Let me watch this. Oh. My lovely wife is doing her famous skin thing here. Let's see.
I'll turn the timer off.
Yep. Oh, man, that is so good. It's almost like candy. If that's the small ones, they're going to be, you might not work so good with what you want to do. But anyways, my wife is doing the skin thing. She's going to
That's
wash.
just a question
She's
of
washing.
finding
She's washing the skins, and I think it's the small sheepskins, right? So this has two speeds on it, fast and slow. Of course, you could use a fast one because of how much you're putting down in there. I mean, how long distance you're going. You just pop this out, and that's it. You start filling this up, and make sure there's no air in it. That's the most important thing, is make sure you get all the air out, or as much as you can anyway. Pushing it down in. There we go. There. This holds 15 pounds. So this ought to keep me out of mischief for a while. But it does go pretty fast. My wife is doing the small sheepskins for the small sausage. I'm really hoping that the small sausage was going to be successful with it. We may have to use a smaller tube for it than the 1/2 inch. We'll see how the 1/2 inch works. But I do have a smaller tube, and we'll see what happens. So maybe it's not necessary to have to use a 1/2 inch. But that's what I'd like to use. I believe that's what everybody says you're supposed to use for making breakfast sausage. And those are sheepskins, of course. I said that already. So this holds an awful lot of meat. And it has a there. Filled as far as I can get it filled. And it has on the driver, it has an air release valve on it. So if you don't get all the air out, it'll most of it will escape. There we go. There's 15 pounds of sausage in that thing. Just pop it in here, break it down. There we go. Now you don't want it on the fast one to make the sausage. Want it on the slow one. And here's my sausage chute.
How many times do you want these rinsed?
Oh, once through, so that's fine. The inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, just rinse the inside once, that's fine, that's plenty fun. All right, so, honey, can I have a washcloth to kind of wash this cutting board a little bit? Oh. Yeah, nice clean washcloth would be good. So I'm going to use this cutting board because it is the deal. You get it all wet, nice and wet after that. Make sure there's just dust. Make sure no dust or anything like that. Stop playing boss, because that can get you fired.
Oh, good.
You want to get fired, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, let's see. I hope this stuff looks like it's pretty darn slippery. All right, now I just need some water on here. Just a little bit of water. There we go. That's fillet boat. Lay my fish on. There we go. All right. You got any of those skins ready, baby?
There's three.
Three?
It has some parsley on it that you threw in.
That's fine. Okay, we just made our first link, and it's probably a good thing that it stopped recording for some reason. But what we're going to do is we're going to make links like this, and then we're going to put them on parchment paper. I'm going to spin this way. Then on the next one, we're going to spin it the opposite way. Away. Going to pinch it, spin it away. On the next one, pinch it, spin it towards me, and repeat. This I learned from somebody on the internet, and this works pretty darn good. So I don't know what I can get away with the size of the sausage, so I'm kind of learning this part of it with the small sausage. I haven't seen too many people do this small sausage, so I didn't have kind of like learning as I go along. But the cool thing is when you put it on the parchment paper, and then you put your sausage all on there and you throw it in the freezer for a little while, what happens is it, see, by squeezing it, you can squeeze it in so you get the air out of it, and then you push it away, turn it away. If you're going right, there you go. And then go to the next one, squeeze some in so you're tight as you'd like it, and then turn it away from you. Next one, turn it towards you, squeeze it, turn it towards you, like that. And the next one, push some down in there. If it's a little light, balance it out, away from you, if that's what I'm supposed to, what I did. And then, honey, I need a toothpick.
I have to move the camera.
Oh, don't worry about it. Because you got to get the air up. So see, I got a little on the thin side. I just a little gun shy of what I'm supposed to be doing. So I can get away with more. There we go. Well, see, I was supposed to tie the end. I didn't tie the end.
Wow.
So there we go. So I'm tying the end now. And I got that last sausage pretty good, but I'm gonna look. I got the last few. I got some air bubbles in, so that's what I'm gonna try to get out of here. And tie that. See, there we go. So I see air right here. As they say, don't leave the air in there because air and meat doesn't mix. It's a good thing to keep it away from each other. So you know, if you have air in your storage, of course, it's the chance for freezer burn. So okay, so now we got this ring all set to go and get frozen, but we'll make a couple more before we go so we get a whole bunch. Now, what do I do here? Put it all onto a plate. She needs great ideas.
Oh, the paper plate?
Well, no, we don't need the paper plate. I could do it with a regular plate. Honey, and slide it right onto the parchment paper. What I'm getting at is just kind of get it out of there, slide it on here, put it on the parchment paper, kind of spread it out. So they all get hard. So I never finished what I was saying, I don't think, Janine. I was, the reason why I do this and get them all hard is because when you vacuum seal them, they don't all collapse. They stay nice and round for cooking. Of course, aesthetics is a lot of cooking. People don't want to look at cockeyed stuff, so that's what I'm getting at here is that now they'll freeze and get hard, and then when I pack them down with that vacuum sealer, like I said, we're good to go. So here we got that. So the next one I'm going to make a little bit tighter because I can see there's room to do it. So like like everything else, takes a little getting used to. It's like a mixture of how you pull it off and how it comes off. There we go. There. And that should be good enough for that one. Okay, so that's it. Just in case I missed on how to do this, how to tie it, I'll show it again. Because the camera actually, so I take it, pinch it down about how I want it, as thick as I want it. And then go down here, pinch another one. Actually, people just go like this. And then pinch another one, go the other way. Pinch another one, go the other way. Pinch another one, go this way. Pinch another one. And I try to move them up. I don't care if I end up excess. I try to pay attention to the water though. And then here, I'll just push that up as best as I can. Try to get out the air the best I can. Tie it off. That'll be that. There. Now I got a couple there. I saw a little air there, a little air there. There. So that's all set. So we'll take this, put it in the parchment paper also. Okay, so what I did was I figured out that if the sausage was bending and you had pressure on it, it would actually break the tube. So what I decided to do was elevate my platform. So now it can't bend down as I'm feeding it out on me and pop. So now I just kind of, it's only within like a 1/4 inch or so of the cutting board, which is, I like it. So now all I do is just pull it a little bit as it's going out, and it works pretty darn good. This is something that just takes time, you know, to get used to. You know, it's new machinery, and I liked what I figured out is that try to keep all this skin close as possible, so don't have to fight all the way down the tube when it starts getting. So that's what I do, and then I grab the sausage. And pull as it comes out, getting it out of the way. It's like a rhythm. You could go right along pretty good if you're paying close attention, but the moment you stop, you can get yourself jammed up. And it kind of straightens itself out as you roll it. I mean, as you start to spin it, when you're getting it rolled to put away. Linking it is the proper word. Oh, I got away with myself there. All right, so that's pretty much how it works. But elevating did a big, made it help pretty good. So anyways, we're all done with the links. We done I don't know how many pounds of links that we did. And now we got maybe, I don't know, 5 or 8 pounds left of breakfast sausage meat. And I bought this cool bunch of bags and whatnot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the stuffer again with the rest of it. And we're going to make 1 pound bags. And save those for patties. My wife made probably, how many you think, Janine? Probably about 6 pounds of patties, 5-6 pounds?
Downstairs,
Yeah.
we have 24 patties at 3 pounds each.
Oh, we made 24 patties?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of patties. I guess we're gonna have to give some stuff away. There's no shortage for giving away food to good people anyways. We have great neighbors and relatives, so it won't go to waste, I can bet you that. My nephew, he's at college. When he comes home, he eats a lot of my grub. He runs 14 miles in a day. That's something. That's amazing. Does cross country, putting himself through college. Pretty proud of him. Eagle Scout. He loves to have Uncle Bob's goodies to eat. Oh, wrong way. Been a long day. Actually, I probably should. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there's my scale, so here we go. Get an idea what a pound looks like. Oh, that's not quite a pound. Put it back on there. There we go. There we go. 16. Oh no, that's more than a pound. Oh well, that's 1.6 pounds. That's all right. Just put this in here like that. Okay, everybody, this is the outro of our breakfast turkey sausage video, and this is about 1/3 of the links that we did. The other 2/3 are downstairs. We did some bags, you know, pound and a quarter bags, and we bought this handy dandy patty maker, and we put 4 just under a quarter pound patties in each of these packages. So for future use, you know, an egg, sausage, and cheese sandwich or something like that. And this is the patty maker that we got. So thank you for watching the whole thing. This has been quite a day. It's a good 8 hours into this project. But thank God my wife helped me, and it was she did a lot of cleanup and kept me going. So again, thank you very much for watching, and see you in another video.